Hello my angels, long time no speak. It feels super bizarre not waking up each morning and picking up my camera to vlog like some part of my day for the Shreddy Blast challenge. But anyway, this one I'm coming at you with kind of my Shreddy Blast summary and also kind of hitting you with my views on Shreddy. That I feel like I need to say, I do own other clothes. Like, I think I wore this dress when I did my intro vlog, but no, I do own other clothes. It's just hot and I just needed like a light summer dress. Anyway, first, my Shreddy Blast summary. Okay, so as you guys know, for me it was never about kind of like transformations in terms of my body or like changing the way I look or anything like that. I'm kind of almost somewhat against the emphasis on that at the moment. You all know my thoughts. I don't think it's particularly healthy. I don't think it's a great mentality to have. And like, you know, if that's for you, your goal, who am I to tell you otherwise? But I have realised it's not the one for me, which I have rambled on about enough, so I'm not going to keep going on about that. But yeah, so for me this 4 weeks was very much about changing my mindset towards exercise, food, and yeah, fitness in general, I'd say. And I wanted to use the challenge to work on my attitude to training, so to exercise because I enjoy it, to exercise to improve like my general kind of health, well-being, fitness, rather than exercise because I want to see changes to my body, whether that be losing weight, toning up, like whatever it may be. I wanted to kind of scrap that. And I actually think I've done pretty well. I'd say 85% of the time I was working out for those reasons, rather than feeling like I didn't like the way I looked and I wanted to change myself through exercise. So I think that's a massive improvement, considering before I was always exercising to tone up. And obviously not every day is perfect and not every day am I kind of feeling that way, but I'd say I've kind of got a healthy mindset about it most of the time, so that's very exciting. The caveat to that is that that was kind of me rather than Shreddy kind of getting myself to that place. So I found the Shreddy Blast challenge a really great kind of way of framing, or kind of way of focusing myself perhaps on like personal growth and development in that way. But I wouldn't say that change of mindset is actually due to the Shreddy workouts or the things or the Shreddy meals or the things they're putting out on their social media. And in fact I'd say it's probably in spite of that, which I'll get into in a second. In terms of, so we all know I did, well maybe you don't, I don't know if you know, I did the Shreddy 20 guide, which was one of their new guides, which they released before the challenge for you to do. And I didn't like it. It was far too hit focused for me. I do like the odd bit of hit, but maybe once, maybe twice a week. And I did feel like it was hit most of the time. And then when it wasn't hit focused, like on a legs and bums day or an upper body day, there was still a fair bit of jumping around in it, which I'm not a jumpy person. I'm not a fan of tuck jumps and broad jumps and squat jumps and this, that and the other. So the kind of large amount of those exercises coming up in every single workout made me dread them. So yeah, that's kind of, it wasn't for me, those guides. For anyone that likes that kind of thing, I'm sure it's great, but not for me. Anyway, I did my week of veganism, and actually, whilst it wasn't a full hardcore week of veganism, I kind of like did still eat non-vegan products sometimes. I experimented with vegan meals and like products as well, and I honestly loved that. So I really enjoyed that part of the like my challenge experience. I'm implementing some of those meals into my kind of daily life now. Like I cooked the vegan pad thai for my boyfriend and I the other night. I'm really into like certain types of vegan cheese now. Oat milk, yes, but that's not discovered from this. I just love oat milk. So like I'm slowly getting there, and I'm never going to be fully vegan, but I'm definitely going to try and kind of go for vegan alternatives where I can, where I actually like them, and definitely try and have some vegan meals a couple of times a week that I enjoy. So that's exciting. And then yeah, that's kind of it. I was quite uninspired by the workouts, as I've said. I've really missed strength training. So actually, having finished Shreddy Blast, I'm launching into another fitness challenge, and that's Alice Living's 21-day workout challenge, which I am so excited for, partly because I love Alice Living. Like, I honestly think she's such a breath of fresh air to the fitness industry. She's so kind of down to earth and normal, and she'll put very like educational things on her Instagram. Like, I'm constantly learning through things she posts, whether it's her own posts, her sharing other people's posts. I think she has a really healthy kind of attitude towards food, fitness, body, diversity, and all of that. So I'm super excited to get going on her 21-day challenge. And I did her lower body workout yesterday, and whew, my legs are killing me today. And it was back using weights. I missed my dumbbell. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And that's my next endeavor, which I will definitely vlog about. But yeah, that's kind of it in terms of my Shreddy summary. So, kind of putting that to the side, let's move on to my thoughts on Shreddy. Now, I kind of want to do a disclaimer with this. These are literally my thoughts. I do have issues with Shreddy. They've been building for a while, and I've kind of just like been like, oh well, like it is what it is. They're a fitness app, and fitness apps are rife with these issues, so like, But actually, we do need to speak out about these things. So yeah, let's get into it because I'm rambling. Firstly, with the Shreddy Blast challenge, I saw on their Instagram the other day, they asked people to kind of share their Shreddy Blast summaries, but then use hashtag Shreddy Blast progress. And I'm just kind of like, that confuses me slightly. So A, does that hashtag not indicate that you need to be posting about your progress and also your tangible progress, given that Instagram is about pictures? Like, it's very hard to picture kind of mental progress, which isn't necessarily something you can see on a picture. So I personally think that hashtag automatically kind of implies you need to be posting progress pictures and to do with like body transformation, which I have an issue with because Shreddy says that their challenges aren't about transformations, but then they're doing that, so I'm kind of like, So that is issue number one. Number two kind of ties into the whole transformation thing. Like, they just have this humongous emphasis on transforming your body, and it's not just Shreddy, it is a fitness-wide issue. Like, other challenges do it, but it just really disappoints me because fitness shouldn't be all about trying to change the way you look. In fact, it's actually super unhealthy to be promoting that. We all know the damage that causes in terms of body image and kind of insecurities, and it just, I could ramble on about this for days. I just think it's really unhealthy. The people who are joining Shreddy, we're all like in our early 20s, late teens generally, and we're all super impressionable. We're all kind of still in this developmental phase of forming ideas about what we should look like and how we feel society is kind of like what they're saying about our bodies, and Shreddy's just another kind of perpetuation of that, and I just think that's such a shame, especially given, moving on to my next point, but it kind of ties in, how diverse they are with their kind of like sister brand. I don't know how you'd say it, but Tala, however you say it. Like Tala in their campaigns and stuff are so body diverse, and it's amazing. But then you come onto the Shreddy page and you lose all of that, and you've got this focus on losing weight and toning up and stuff. The fact that they do it so well on Tala, but then do it so poorly, in my opinion, on Shreddy, actually makes me question why they do it on Tala. Like, how genuine are they in promoting body diversity? I wonder if it's maybe more of a marketing strategy than we want to think. And they think that it will help drive sales for Tala, but don't necessarily see it in the same way for a fitness app. I don't know. I personally want to see people who look like me, and I don't on Shreddy's page. So I think that's a real shame. What really strikes me is there is just no body diversity. Like, there's a tiny bit, don't get me, okay, there is a teeny tiny bit, but if you go onto their like grid, like, you just don't see body diversity, and then you have to like click on a picture where there are multiple pictures, and then you scroll and you might see some body diversity, but on their grid, like on the initial kind of viewing of it, there is none, and I have an issue with that. I also think the fact that there doesn't appear to be any diversity on their like grid highlights that they're content creators, or the ones that they're posting, because I know there's been a whole hoo-ha about it, and I'm not going to get into that because I know loads of people have posted about it, but any content creators that we're seeing on Shreddy's page also lack in body diversity. Maybe there are content creators out there that are of different body shapes and stuff, but I'm not seeing that because Shreddy's not posting that, so I don't know. As far as I'm aware, they're just picking people who are kind of slim and toned, and again, like, diversity, Shreddy, come on, like, please. Like, this is literally a plea, it's not hard. I also have another issue with Shreddy, which kind of links into that, which is to do with their content creators. I don't understand what qualifies someone to be a content creator. I don't really understand what being a content creator is, but I kind of feel like if you're creating content for a fitness page or app, you should have a level of kind of certification or some kind of training in fitness, and I don't think all the content creators do or did, and I don't know how great that is. Like, yeah, I'm unsure about that, but again, I could be wrong, so that's for you to consider and think about. Sorry, I actually had, like, I wrote a little list of things so that I didn't ramble, and I have rambled. But yeah, in terms of the actual app itself, look, I'm sure for some people it's great. I'm sure for creating routine, providing people who kind of, like, when I started gymming, I would be nervous to go into the gym because I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing when I went in there. So Shreddy was good in being like, you are going to do this exercise and that exercise, and that was great. But I don't like how long their gym workouts are. Like, I find them far too lengthy, and it kind of, you don't necessarily have time for that, and it kind of makes it slightly, like, it just goes on. And there's no need for it to be that long. Maybe that's just me making it that long, but I don't think it is. So I kind of had an issue with that. Their home workouts just weren't for me. They were far too hip based again, and I just didn't enjoy them. But that's a personal thing. And then their Shreddy 10 and 20 guides, I just don't get the difference between them and their other home guides, apart from being 4 weeks instead of 12 and 10 or 20 minutes set. Like, yeah, I don't really get the difference. And again, didn't enjoy those. So the workouts on Shreddy I have now decided aren't for me, and one reason why I won't be using the app alongside all my issues with how Shreddy presents itself that I've mentioned. And then in terms of the meals on their app, I can't really comment because I've only just started looking at them when I did my vegan week. But when I was doing my vegan week, I did feel like their lunches and dinners were very like samey, and maybe that's just me. Maybe that's because there isn't that much diversity in what a vegan person can eat. I don't know. But that was kind of like a thought when I saw it, and like tried to choose stuff for myself that I'm making you aware of in case, yeah. Ooh, no, and again, with the workouts, sorry, I should have said this. I also have an issue with their warm-ups. Their warm-ups launch you into some very like high intensity movements, which is fine to get the heart rate going. And I do think you need to do that as part of a warm-up, but I think it's really crucial in a warm-up to kind of do some kind of mobility and some stretches, not static stretches, but kind of stretches that kind of like moving stretches. There's a word for that and I've completely blanked. But you get what I mean. Basically, there's also some quite important, slightly more gentle things you need to do in a warm-up, and they just miss that entirely and don't tell you to do it either. So if you don't know, you don't do it necessarily. And then I think their finishers are just too crazy intense for my liking and too long and drawn out, but that's me personally. And then in their home guys, their cool down stretchy things are literally just foam rolling 2 parts of your body, and I just also, yeah, I don't think those parts are well formulated. And then in terms of, they say that I think they market the app as being like a personalized plan. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm sure I saw that at least when I was looking at it originally. I've never understood what's personalised about it, apart from you personalise it yourself in terms of you can choose whether you work out 3 or 5 days and which guide you do, essentially. I think that's as personal as it gets. Yeah, so that's kind of that. That's me. Sorry I've rambled so much. Obviously, if you ever have any like questions or anything about it, then yeah, feel free to like leave a comment. Or like message me on my Instagram. Obviously, like the video, subscribe, follow me on my Insta. And yeah, reminder, these are all like my own views I formed through my own experiences. But yes, that's it. Until the next time.